By incorporating all these habits into your daily routine, I'm certain you will improve your English proficiency and how to use the language more accurately. And I think lots of people they don't really practice all these skills. And I think it's very important that you practice all these skills in order to achieve proficiency, in order to achieve fluency and how to sound more confident. So in today's video, I'll be participating about 5 habits that will help you a little bit more with your English in lots of different areas. If you're working towards your English pronunciation, you're working towards your how to level up your English, you're working towards fluency, then I think hopefully this video will help you improve your English even better. So in today's video we'll be focusing on daily reading and also listening practice, speaking practice and writing practice and also immersion. So now lots of people when they start learning a language they don't really focus on lots of areas. They just focus in on one area, for example, which I think is not going to help. And there is no point because you can't get fluency or get fluent by practicing one skill. And we know that each language has 4 skills. So reading, writing, speaking, and listening, which I think they're all important. And if you feel quite confident at one area, no problem at all. You can practice the other areas, which I think you will get quite confident as well. So, in today's video, we will be focusing on these habits, and hopefully, you will take them with you, and hopefully, it will help you to level up your English in lots of different areas. So, daily reading. What I mean by daily reading, try to read articles, try to read books, magazines, newspapers, also online articles, because I think all these resources, all these materials will help you to improve your vocabulary. It will help you to improve how to use the vocab in the right context, and also while you're reading and you find the words that you haven't you haven't met that word before, try to highlight it. Use highlighters or use flashcards. Is going to help because that's effective learning. That's the active learning, and also learn through the contextual reading as well. So read a sentence and then, or if you have a word, you learn new words, try to use it in a context, in the right context. That's how you learn. I mean, that's how you learn vocabulary. So I think reading in particular, it will help you improve your vocabulary and how to use the vocab in the right context. And the second part, which I think is listening, a listening practice. For example, try to listen to audiobooks, try to listen to podcasts, listen to music, and of course, follow with lyrics. So it will help you improve your pronunciation. And also, try to record yourself, okay? Record yourself and listen back to it and try to identify what mistake you've made in terms of pronunciation. You have to be working on that pronunciation part which you've got the mistake with, because we are all humans and we learn from mistakes. And and I think the third habit, which is speaking practice, I think speaking practice is very important. You have to engage with native speakers. If you haven't been among native speakers before, I think there is lots of apps out there which can help you improve your speaking. A language, partner, for example. I think there is lots of apps. You can use it in order to get through the native speakers and how to practice with them. So, for example, if you haven't heard about Hello Talk, I think this is the best app where you can practice whatever language you're learning at the moment. I think is very important. I'm using it myself to learn French, which I think I can talk to French people, and if they want to learn a new language, I can help with that language. I think it's very important. I think ARP. I think I've been using it for very quite a long time. So I'll put the link in the description below. So please make sure that you use the app if you want to practice you speaking. And I think also you have to talk to yourself. Sometimes talk to yourself, and as I mentioned earlier, record yourself as well, and try to record yourself, listen back to it, and of course identify the mistakes you've made and correct the mistakes you've done. So that's how you learn. And number 4, which is writing, I think this is one of the most difficult parts. I struggle sometimes to write more accurately, which I think is just a very, very difficult part to be working on. So for example, I highly recommend journaling. If you're one of those who journaling, try to journal with the language that you're learning at the moment. I think your thoughts, your plans, for example, and if you one of those who didn't journal, I highly recommend to write emails. For example, if you're writing emails, whether it's in the phone, in the laptop, is very important. It will help you to improve your writing skills even better, because I think this is a really, really important resource to learn from. And I think the number 5, which I think the final one, is immersion. Like, to immerse yourself. Immerse yourself. Have an immersive environment. Surround yourself with an English environment. For example, by watching TV shows. Also watching channels, watching films in English, and also listening to music in English. I mean, lots of different areas that you can be able to improve your English, and also think in English rather than translating into your native language, because and correct your mistakes, learn from mistakes that you've done. And I think this is really, really important part to be working on it as well. Think in English, don't translate, don't depend on translation, because I think lots of people, they have Google Translate, and then you can translate whatever part is difficult for you. Of course, you can translate, but not all the time, because it's not going to help. So yeah, I mean, this is all about the 5 habits where you can practice in your daily routine to improve, to level up your English. And I think these are very important parts to be working on. And if you like what you saw today, you enjoyed the video, please make sure that you give the video a thumbs up, and also make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you soon. Cheers everyone, bye.